Hey and welcome to the MX-5 guide on Lime Park GP in iRacing. This track is really short and has only 3 braking zones, which makes the qualifyings always extremely tight. The races mostly consist of tight packs, which are racing each other, and the first lap can be quite adventurous. It's important that you are confident around here, otherwise I would recommend you to skip the qualies and start from the back. If you start somewhere in the upper third of the grid and brake too early into the first braking zones, you will have a tough time, and it's not unlikely that someone might rear-end you. Starting from the back offers you more freedom. You can find all lap files on the Discord as usual, the link is in the description down below. I will also launch my coaching service tomorrow, so when you see this video it should already be linked in the description as well. We are on our way towards the first braking zone, and it's important that you check your mirrors when you pass the finish line. The first braking zone offers the only real opportunity for attacks, and people like to send it on the inside. Be aware of your surroundings before you focus on braking. Use the 200 meter board as marker and hit the brakes. You want to shift down quickly to make use of the engine brake and aim for a smooth entry. I'm shifting into second gear here. This might not always work. If you try to shift too early, you might end up with a no shift and get stuck in third gear. That's why I blip the throttle manually here to make sure that the downshift goes through before I coast deeper into the turn. Add some input on the throttle to keep the car on a steady and smooth line. Slowly increase the pressure until you are certain that you will hit the exit. Position the car on the far right on the entry for the next turn. I shift into third gear before this turn, but when you don't feel confident with the car or struggle with this turn, you can also stay in second. I'm using the 3 tire marks on the track as marker. I want to position the car to the right of them and hit the brakes when they are right next to me. Coast around the outside of the turn, wait until the car turns in and aim for the inside curb. You want to go for a really wide entry to exit the turn on the inside. Once the car is pointing towards the apex, you want to go flat out again. Keep pushing the car to the left edge of the track when you hit the curb and stay on the throttle. When you did everything right, you will end up somewhere around here on the left side of the track. The cool thing about this is that you can stay on the throttle now and take the next turn flat out. This allows you to carry more speed onto the upcoming straight and gains you a ton of time. You really don't want to lift around here. I'm using the kink and the white line as marker for braking. Hit the brakes and point the car towards the outside. It's a tight chicane, which is why we want to get the widest entry possible. Get on the curb to get a nice entry, and there's another trick. Make sure that you lift the pressure of the brakes before you turn in. If you overdrive this braking zone and start to turn in when you are still fully on the brakes, there will be a lot of load on the front of the car. It will understeer and you will barely make the turn. If you brake early and turn in with minimal inputs on the brakes, you will immediately notice that this chicane becomes a lot easier. We have a long straight ahead of us, so make sure you are early on the throttle. Ideally, you want to go flat out again before you reach the curb. Approach the quick right-hander on the left edge of the track and lift for a split second while you turn in to get a smooth entry. There are no markers around here, you will need a few practice laps before you will be able to nail this turn. The curb unsettles the car, which is why you don't want to fully attack it and stick to its inside edge. The last turn works the same way like the previous one. Lift while you turn in and accelerate along the inside of the curb. That was the guide lap. The cockpit lap is coming up next. I want to thank you for your support, wish you all the best for the next week and see you next time!